You're listening to The J with your host, Kennedy. Kato!
Hey, what's up, everyone? Good morning. It's February 7th, 2023. And you're listening to episode 6 of The J Tetsudo Mokei edition. So, one of the things that I want to talk about today is for Japanese railway models is the freight and the types of freight available and, the best ways to go about it in terms of pricing and so forth. So the first thing is, let's start off first by looking at clips of a few videos. We're looking at a JRF freight train. I believe this is the 210s, right? So we've got the JR Cargo in maroon, which are something, yeah, it's the EF210s. One of the things you'll notice is that when you see a lot of these trains, you'll see a lot of JRF 210s and JOT products. Here's a petroleum. Got two of them there. More JR. Comes another one. Okay, this one you got your basic green freight. I always look into the details to see if the freight, how weathered they are and how they look. Okay. Next up. And you see how there's different colors. You got the Runtex, you got the Nekos there. Yamatos, yeah. That's Neko. Has the Neko cat on the front. Okay, and you got a lot of empty cookies there. A lot of JRs, JOTs. Let's take a look at another one. Here it comes. Always good timing. Not in the US though. Especially if you want to cross the road and a big train that takes about 10 or 15 minutes or so comes in. But let's see here. Here we go. We get the one petroleum there. JOTs, JRs. You tend to see some Toyotas in there. This one I haven't seen one, but you could see how many Koki wagons they got there. Some petroleums. So this one gives you a good idea of how many you want to have in your set. The other thing, let's see if I can get it here. Let's look at another round of videos here real quick. Here you got the EH200s. Blue Thunder. Got your JOTs, JRF, Yeah, you'll notice a lot of EF210s. You got the petroleums here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we're going to stop right there. Oh, you got another one here. Let's see what it's bringing. EH500. I like that one. Pretty cool. Okay, more petroleum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They didn't show the whole thing, but I think we got the idea. Okay, and then we got the shikis. The shiki holds the heavy, really heavy stuff. The Shiki 1000s. Usually when I say trains, it's just one of them. But here you got several. None of them containing anything, but let's see. Empty shikis. Let's see if there's anything with containing any. Oh, here we go. Nope, that's empty. They usually tend to carry these. Oh, here's one here. There we go. Like transformers and stuff like that. They tend to carry the really big stuff. Here's another one. Okay, so that gives us an idea right here. So the question to ask yourself now is, when starting off your train set collection, and if you're going to do freight cars and stuff like that. Okay, now let's go ahead and take a look at some of these trains in action with the cargo freights and some with petroleum as well. So let's go ahead and try this one from. I'm not sure if this is washer or engage. I'll check right after. I had to turn the sound down because he's playing music, and we'll just go ahead and view it from here. Wow, he has a lot of stuff. You could tell, a person who's invested a lot in this craft, just seeing the sheer amount of sets he's purchased over the years. Look at how many petroleum. These petroleum, I can't see, I'm a little blind here. Okay. Really nice. Oh, that's really nice right there. Wow, look at that. That is so cool. The Red Bear, which you could get on a set. Got, gosh, he has a good amount of containers right there. Yes, it is true that in Japan, they're fortunate that they have access to a lot of these, which are way cheaper than those people who live outside of Japan. things can get very expensive. But if you've been into Japanese culture and you're into a lot of things, you know that there's a lot of things that are just expensive. It's always been like that. I cover and write about Japanese music, so for the longest time, just a regular standard CD was always going to be $40 or more. Especially now that they come with DVDs or Blu-rays, and it's just where you could go to Target or Walmart, or back in the day with Tower Records and Sam Goody's, you could get them cheap. But now, Amazon, you could get them cheap, but I think America is more of a digital-driven society, where in Japan they offer a lot of extras, a lot of swag, I guess you could say. And so people tend to, want to be collectors and own a lot of that. I guess it's no different in the US for those who are vinyl collectors. People are willing to spend money. They know certain things will cost more. That's very nice. But for those who are into trains in general, I'm not too familiar with the US, but for Japan, it's been expensive. Okay. Okay, this one's from Shiba Hiroko. Let's check it out. Not sure if there's music. Let's see. I'll just put it with a little music there. Yeah, he invested quite a bit on the petroleum sets. He invested a whole lot in his diorama. Wow. And look at the time he put into weathering those. Painting and weathering them. Very, very good. I mean, that's some dedication right there. You gotta love that. Look at all those containers. That's just awesome. Traffic jam. Wow, he invests in the trucks too. This can be a very expensive hobby, but again, it just depends on you as an individual, how much you want to spend. I'm looking at the various trains. A lot of trains that he does own and are featured, you can get those with the included sets on Amazon. There are just a good number of them from Kato and Tomix. Is that someone fell over? Not sure. But yeah, you gotta love what he was able to accomplish. It's a very well designed set. Look at this. This guy's going for realism. That's really nice. And those petroleum ones, they're about what, $15 each. So over time, he pretty much probably spent a lot just getting all this. Gosh, I love how he did that. That's very well made. Not sure what he made them out of though. Anyway, that is very cool. Okay, I bring up Ami Ami Japan, and the reason being is that when it comes to eBay, one of the cheapest places to get freight is through Ami Ami. And you will notice that a lot of the containers available are from Tomix. It's how it is. You know, the Kato does have quite a few, but Tomix has a lot. They do a lot of collaborations and they sell them. And just to let you know that if you look here, Ami Ami sells them with free shipping. So when you think about shipping being like $10 or so, or $15, you're actually getting a good deal, considering that the freight, like something like this, would cost about $7 to $10 in Japan. This is actually a very good deal when you add the shipping costs and everything else. But we'll go into how you can order from Japan, from Amazon actually, after we look at this. So you go through the Tomix. You got $30 here. You got the Koki containers, the 50,000s. This is a very good deal because you get two. And when when you start counting of how many wagons do you want to pull, you want to have a good number of these. So depending, you might want to start off with two. This should be enough, $32. But then once you start looking at it, you notice that Tomix starts to sell it for $26. This one is probably the better deal, where you can get 3 Koki wagons plus these additional cargo right here. One of the things you'll also have to decide is, would you rather just go for the bigger cargo, or the smaller ones, or do both? It's up to you. A lot of people do these big ones more for economic reasons, and I definitely can understand that. Here you'll see the JOTs for $30. You got the Yamatos for $34 for 2. It's a set, and more JR, more JOTs. So you kind of get the idea of how that works right there. So now the question is you want to get started. Amazon Japan probably will give you more bang for your buck. The reason being is that you can buy, let's say if you're a Kato owner, you can buy 2 car sets with a lot of things here for 2,500 yen. And 2,500 yen to US dollars is $19. So $19 for this set alone. You go online, they'll charge you on eBay, they'll charge you a lot. Here's another one. You can get these Kato Koki ones. You could get this one, a full 10 of these Kokis. Remember, we saw the Tomix, and when Ami Ami was selling for $30 or so, $35 just for one. Well, you can get this Kato one, 106, 107, 10 pieces for $14,500, which is $110, which is actually a very good deal. So you definitely want to go for the 107s. Let's hear. You could get, let's see here actually, 1527, $11. So you can get 10 of these and pay 110, or not even 10. You can just get only 5 of them, and that would be a better deal because they already come with 2. That's actually a very good deal. But anyway, you keep on looking here, and then if they do also offer sets. Kato offers sets. Um, you can actually get the. Let's see here. I was just looking at it. Kato does offer the EF210 set, which is a 13893, which is $105, and you get the tracks, you get the trains. That's actually a very good. So we looked at the Kato, freight set, which offered the EF210. The Tomix version is about 17,126, which is about $130.42, which is not bad. And you do get the Koki. You get 3 Koki wagons, and you get the looks like several JR freight. I would assume that these are separate. They can be separated, but possibly not. Maybe they're just 3 full sets, but to keep the cost down for the set. I mean, I can understand that. But it looks like the Kato does have, is a much better deal. But that's with this set. By the way, it's important to note that this is not sold by Amazon. This is sold by another person here. So this cost is a little bit expensive at $4,000 delivery. But again, Tomix offers 2 types of sets for a lot cheaper, and this is their 2 beginner sets. I've talked about this before. They're about $59 each. It's probably cheaper over the weekend because of the when you look at the currency rate. But needless to say, you do get this. You do get these with the JRF. I like things that have the JRF on it. I think in the future, well, maybe not so much with Tomix, but I think with Kato, it's going to be a rarity to see that, because the goal is, with them becoming more international, they're going to be wanting to sell products that that people from the U.S. can buy, and other countries that doesn't have the Japan on it. So for me, if it shows the JRF, I'm definitely getting it. I prefer it to have the JRF. So again, for the price of this set and this set, another freight one with the ED612, you really can't go wrong. Look what it already comes with, these 3. And yes, this is a beginner set, as you can see with the tracks. It just goes straight and has the little bumpers, but you get the train, and you get the train, you get the 2 freight trains and the extras. To me, that's way worth it, because 2 of those, I mean, 1 each of those is 2 sets, that is about $55, $59. That's the cost of pretty much a almost of a Kato set for 1. So I think you're getting 2 for 1. I think that's a really good deal. But again, that's if you want to go towards Tomix. I definitely recommend it. Okay, so the next topic now are the Koki wagons. And how should I say this without turning anyone off of going to freight containers? Okay. Koki containers, or Koki wagons, to hold the freight and so forth. You want to buy them in sets. And Tomix offers them as 2. And for the price of that, let's see here. Let me get you. $3,100, $23.61. You could probably find these on Amazon. Probably not Amazon, on eBay. Possibly about 50 or so. It's hard to say, or more. The thing is that when it comes to these, to the Kokis, they sell quickly, because a lot of people who collect or who do trains do a lot of do a lot of freight trains, and they tend to have a lot of Koki wagons. A lot of people buy them. They buy them for their collection in bulk. They buy these for their collection to resell, and it's to the point where the prices of these have really gone up. So if you're gonna go for it on the Tomix route, just know that if you want to do this, going with the 3600 is the cheapest. I mean, the 35,000 or the Tomix 8743 35,000 is a cheap way of doing it. The other way to do it is you just buy them that come with the containers already. This one comes with a Seino. This one comes with a Yamato. They have different colors, different each version that you see here, a Koki 106 or 107, there's always the difference, and a lot of them really go heavy on the detail. Now, this is a Tomix container right here, but let me get out of here. Here's one right here, an inexpensive one, a Tomix container 2754. Comes with these green containers right here. Comes with 4 containers, and 2643. That is about $20.13, which is pretty good considering you get this little wagon here. I just want to make sure. Okay, there's no customer reviews on it. But on the Kato side, that is where things are much better. Okay. So Kato offers their 8059-1 for 2,500 yen. That's about $19.04. And let's see here. I'm not sure. No, there's only one photo. But that's a good deal if you want to get the basic containers right here. Containers are not exactly the best looking, but the fact that you get it for this at this price, it's not that bad. Let's see if I can get it here. Here's another Koki container with a Yamato, but that's for Tomix. This is their 35,000 for Tomix. Let's get this out of here. Okay, so here's the other Kato one. This is the Koki 107s. The 107s are really nice. And here's something that you want to look at. This is a no JRF marked. Okay. So we are now looking at the Kato 101797. Now, one thing you are going to see here is that it's very cheap at 1527 yen, which is $11.63. That is an amazing deal. This so far beats out anything out there right now. You saw the 2 Kokis from Tomix at 3,500 yen. These are 1527, but, and I include the big but here, it's no JRF mark. For those of you in the US, this is an amazing deal. For those of you who don't care about symbols or logos on there, in terms of not having the JRF, you're good. Get a lot of these. Get 5 of them. You'll get 10 cars or 10 wagons. Go ahead and get 10 of them. I mean, it's just so cheap. that they're $11.63. Again, American conversion, American dollar is doing better, so you can get a lot of these. Really good. Now, as you look here, you do get the little Japanese, kanji right there, and you do see the Koki identification of there at 107, and they have the different job names. But let's go to the next one here. Not here, not here, not here, not here. Where did it go? Okay, I guess I'm going to have to look at my order here. Okay. So, this is a set that is popular. This is the Kato 101432. They do offer the sets of 10 without the JRF logo, but those have been sold out. But the ones with JRF, I managed to snag one. Looks like it's sold out already. Again, these Koki ones they sell out quickly. So you have to keep checking back to see if they have them. But here are the JRF logos right there. Again, it may not mean anything to anyone who don't care if the JRF logo is on there or not. But for those who are trying to go for something more Japanese authentic, the JRF matters. And for me, I'm one of those people, so it does matter. So I wanted this one. And it was, I believe, let's see here, it was about $108 for 10. And you get the little handlebars and stuff like that. So you ask yourself, with JRF logo or without? More than likely, you're going to say without, because a lot of people do not care if it has a JRF logo or not, unless they want things very authentic. And so for those of you in the US who are just trying to buy in bulk, this is the way to go. The Kato 10-1797 for 1527 yen, which is $11. Okay. So now, again, that has been established that you need Koki to hold your freight. That is very important. So now, let's talk about freight. Okay, now we're going to discuss some of the fun stuff here, and that is the containers. Fun? What do you mean by fun? Well, yeah, the containers are pretty cool because this is where you get to see the collaborations with different companies and to see how far they go in making sure that that the images look almost exactly the same thing as in real life. And I know from my experience of working with Japanese companies, they do not okay things unless things are perfect. And the fact is that there is a lot of competition, and just right now, I can tell you right now, Tomix is pretty much dominating when it comes to containers. Kato releases their own containers. They have really great deals. They have their 23571 JR freight right here for 936, which is about $7. They also offer it in like cyan. They also offer the JOT. Both of these are not available, but the 5-pack version is for $7, which is a great deal for 5. But they also offer this for $59.99, which is just what you get 2 containers worth. It's okay, kind of. Well, it kind of looks ugly. But if you don't mind, it's just 59.99 yen. Yeah, it's just not the best looking container, but If you can get it for around 40 bucks, I mean it's okay, I suppose. But that's that's with you know, Kato, and you probably you could go for their basic set, get a few containers that way. But I think if anything is that getting the maroon, just the basic maroon containers, pack of 5 for $7. That's a magnificent deal. Because otherwise you're going to be paying 35 bucks elsewhere. Here it is right here. But of course, Tomix has the upper edge. They have so many collaborations with companies, and their containers are just really awesome. Again, they're $7, but you only get two. But like for instance, these are the bigger ones. These are the bigger length ones, and it's about $7. This is for Zetsu. They have Kyuso for almost the same. They're just off by a few cents, nothing major, but there is a lot of detail that goes into their containers, and I like that. I really like that. Here's another for the Nippon Express Ecoliner 31. This one's a little bit more, like $7.75 versus $7.20, but that's still worth getting. You got the JOT 3 packs for $7, and this is where they have their advantage. Advantage over eBay. eBay will charge these for $35 or so, and here you can just get them for like $5. So it's great if you're purchasing in bulk, and you definitely want to do that on Amazon, definitely, because you get a much better deal that way. As you can see here, the Nippon Express, also around $7.75. You gotta love that detail. KRS. This one I'm not too wild about. There is something I want to bring up here that is very important. Oh, here it is. So let me bring this one up and let me talk about this. Okay, this is another popular one, Runtech. But here's the thing: you want to make sure they are in stock, because if you get something that says usually ships within 2 to 4 weeks, it's going to hold up your shipment. Usually in the past, Amazon, and I'm guessing it's still the same now, unlike your local countries, Amazon, for Amazon Japan, for international shipments, they would rather ship things all at once, not stagger the orders. So if you have like 5 items that are ready to go, and then you have the 6th item that's going to take 2 to 4 weeks, you're going to have to wait quite a bit. And sometimes that 2 to 4 weeks may go 2 months. So you just gotta, be mindful that, just gotta order later when it's available, when it's in stock. Get the things that are available now, and you should be good. This one is a really popular one. This one sold out really quick. It's a Freightliner. Not the best looking one, but yeah. I think if anything, it's really good though for those who like to experiment and to weather, especially getting them cheap, because especially if you own some of those Gunpla weathering kits, they really make a big difference. Not just on your models, but just for anything. If you want to show that little wear, it's definitely worth considering. So again, I definitely recommend going with Kato, because it's just not Kato, but Tomix. If you could get Kato available, that's great, but they're usually sold out or not as available. I think with Kato, where their strength is when it comes to the containers, is usually the foreign containers or the petroleum. I think that that is where they really kick butt. But when it comes to individual containers, for these cheap containers, maybe the long ones or the box shaped ones, I think Tomix has the edge. So definitely check those out on Amazon JP. Okay, so the next discussion. Let's say that you already have your Koki, you also have your containers, or you know, and then now you're ready to do petroleum, or you are already you know, just wanting just to do petroleum, nothing else. Well, this is where I think Kato has the edge over Tomix. Tomix does sell petroleum transports. Um, you could just use the word Taki. They use Taki 1000s, 29300s, you name it. They have different versions. But if you look here, you see the Tomix. They have a yellow one. They have the Enios. You have this. Well, this is Doa mining. It's not petroleum transport, but you could see them, and you could see the availability. The Tomix one of this one, not the Enios, but it's about 2750. Let's see here. What is that? That's about $20. And the other ones are about, let's see here, about $29, $28.50. So Tomix is a little bit more pricey because you're only getting one. And there are not that many sets available. Here's a set. Well, that's not one to look at, but there are other ones. But if you look here at the deal, there's not that many being offered for Tomix. They're usually like singles. Although this one right here, this one seems to be one of their cheapest. How are the ratings on that? Nothing. Okay. But as mentioned, Kato has the upper hand. Here we go. So the Kato petroleum transports, the Taki 1000s, they are sold. You could get them as sets. An 8-car set is about $17,600, which is $134. You can get them by singles as in different colors. This one is a Japanese oil. This one is about $16. This one is yeah, they get pretty pricey, but again, they're already, you know, they come with, well, they're really nicely built. It's actually very nice, very cool looking freight right there. Luxangyo. Here's another one. Oh, this one is expensive. It looks so nice, but it's about $39 each. That is a killer. And then you got the silver one, which is a lot less, at $3073, which is about $23. So, as you can see, for the petroleum, just really depends on you. But in terms of comparison, I think Kato wins that category. They do have a 12-car set, which is 23,000 yen, and that equates to $175. So if you want 12 of these, oh, look at that. That's so cool. But yeah, it's totally up to you. I mean, a lot of people want to buy a lot of these. I think the eight set of 8 is really nice, but this one, again, $175. If you got the money, hey, go for it. So the next one we're going to talk about is just the other things available. You got Tomix, which offers their railway model freight car for 555 yen. This one is about $4.23. That's actually a very cheap price. I keep this on right there. I'm going to close that. I'm going to close. I'll keep that one open. This one is the Kato version, which you get. Is it 2 cars or just one? But it's 2,000 yen. So I think if anything, this one is really cool. It's a brake van and it has a working tail light. So I think that looks pretty cool. And that's from Kato. Yeah, just keep on looking because you'll find a lot of model freight cars that really are inexpensive, but look at that right there. That is nice. And this is a set for $98.86, which is about $75. It's a small one. And then here Kato offers their Toki 25,000. They also have a Tiger 7,000, which is 564 yen. My gosh, another one that's cheap at $4.30. They have these in stock. Tomix has one. Let's see here. They have their Tiger for, no, that's the Tomix. This is the Tomix. And this is the Kato. Kato is not on sale right now. The Tomix is. I actually like this. That's pretty cool. Anything that you could get for 550 yen or under 600 yen, that's amazing. That's a great price. Look at there. They have another one here. They got this brown big car. That's a pretty good price, actually. They also offer different colors of freight cars. And here is a white one. The white one kind of looks kind of blah, though. That's 1822. But you get 2 cars, though. But, yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good price just for that. Now, one that I do want to... Oh, here's another petroleum one. But this one, oh, you get 10 cars. This JOT. But this one won't be released until May 31st. So that's probably going to be a big one that people are going to go after. One that I do want to show is this. And this is the one I was showing earlier in the video of their Shiki 1000. And this one, again, carries the more heavier type of hardware, or not hardware, but whatever you want to call it, freights. It's not when it was on sale when I got it, it was only 2,900, but you can see with the detail and everything, that is very nice. And it sold out quickly. When I ordered, there was quite a bit more, but it sold out. I don't know if other companies sell a Shiki, but yeah. But anyway, I think pretty much that you pretty much got an idea of the various versions that you can get if you are getting into freight and want to invest in it. There's nothing wrong with eBay. eBay is still very good, but the prices are more. If you're just going to buy one thing, then heck, even 1 or 2 things, I think it's, maybe worth it, or one thing actually. But if you're going to buy a lot, go to Amazon Japan. Save yourself some money there. And yes, the shipping is quite a bit, but it's not, in the grand scale of things, it's not that bad. Um, Especially for these little things here. um, it's not that bad. So anyway, I just want to say that I thank everyone for their support, and also if you are planning to get into the hobby, or if you're just curious about it, it's an exciting hobby. Actually, there's different skills of train fans. You may be the models, the type of person who likes to ride them, who likes to take pictures of them, people who like to collect the stamps. I know people who do that, but for me, it's part of the adventure. Going to, especially traveling to a new area, and just those memories that stay with you when you're riding on a Japanese train of all types. I've done Shinkansen, I've done the old school, some of the newer technologies, and I know that during the pandemic they released, some areas got new trains. And I'm also, into the special wrappings that they do for seasonal stuff that do promotions. Usually they tend to be more anime driven, but if anything, it's just, I think that for Japanese rail companies, I like what they do in terms of campaigns, because definitely look online, especially read the reviews, have that Google Chrome translator there just in case. I believe Amazon should have, I think Amazon Japan has a translate, but again, it's not difficult to order from Amazon Japan. You just have to remember, just be patient. Things are a little bit different than the pandemic. Back then, in the pandemic, I order and things were shipped out the next day, the following day, and I would get it in my doorstep within 2 or 3 days. Now it's a little bit different. There's a bit of a wait, and the pricing, of course, the shipping has went up quite a bit. Back then, it was like, I know I was going to spend at least $20 on shipping, but now it's more like, oh my gosh, it could be up to close to $60 or $70. But again, if you purchase by bulk, that's where you see the savings, and again, there's just so many awesome deals. You're seeing things at $3 or $7. You could buy a lot versus eBay, which would cost you almost 5 times or 6 times of that. So again, there's nothing wrong with eBay. Sellers, pricing things up. They have to make their money. They're not Amazon. They're not a big, huge company, and they need to make a profit. And they bought this, and they have to ship it out. A lot of them do free shipping, and they have to make their profit. And as a business person myself, I totally understand that. You can't fault them for that. So, but the thing is, that there are options, and Amazon Japan is definitely a way to take advantage of these great deals. I'm just happy that Amazon Japan is now sending these out to people, because back then, I mean, I did get physical stuff, as mentioned, music CDs, Blu-rays, video games, and I think I ordered a few car stuff as well, but they had to be very small, and then they would say yes, it's allowable on Amazon JP, but then they stopped it. And so even certain music CDs and stuff, they wouldn't allow it. So this was like prior to the pandemic. So I figured, okay, maybe do the shipping. They're not going to be sending stuff to the U.S. And it took a while. And now it looks like they're back in full force. And now you can order even the bigger things. So I like that. I like the fact that we have choices now, and that is through Amazon Japan, because it's not going to take that long, and you can make sure that with the Amazon name, you're taken care of. Well, most of the time. But anyway, you all take care, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.